Hello and welcome. You're watching 84 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. I am Adirayo Senami. Many European countries are taking a big step towards normality, with countries starting to reopen their borders after 3 months of coronavirus lockdowns. The European Union's Home Affairs Commissioner, Ylva Johansson, had urged member nations last week to open up as soon as possible. France and Germany were the first to heed the advice as they opened on Monday. Spain, which opened its borders to European travelers on the 10th of June, is allowing Germans to fly to its Balearic Islands for a trial starting on Monday, waiving its 14-day quarantine for the group. For the summer holidays, most European countries say they're not ready just yet to allow tourists in. Prime Minister of Greece, Kyriakos Mitsotakis, on Saturday said a lot will depend on whether people feel comfortable to travel and whether Greece is safe for destination tours. Meanwhile, a Moscow city court in Russia on Monday sentenced an American ex-Marine, Paul Whelan, after a secret trial to 16 years in prison on charges of espionage. Speaking at the ruling, United States Ambassador John Sullivan demanded for the immediate release of Whelan. He condemned the court's process as a violation of human rights and international legal norms. In the same vein, Russia's foreign ministry on Monday expelled two Czech diplomats in a tit-for-tat response to Prague's expulsion of Russian diplomats last week. The ministry summoned the Czech ambassador to announce the move, giving the two diplomats a 48-hour ultimatum to evacuate Russia by Wednesday. 84 TV Radio had last week reported the expulsion of two Russian diplomats by the Czech government, who were accused of a poison prank against 3 Prague politicians. And in Africa, people living with albinism are being blamed and persecuted for the coronavirus pandemic on the continent. Most of them have had to go into hiding as social media comments confirm that albinos are being targeted across Africa. In a statement to commemorate World Albinism Day on Saturday, United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Michelle Bachelet, said persons with albinism are being branded corona and COVID-19, leaving them vulnerable to further ostracizing in their communities. In many parts of Africa, people with albinism are misunderstood, mistreated, and even attacked or killed. They're now also being blamed for the coronavirus pandemic. We'll take a break now. When we return, nursing staff return home after 11 weeks lockdown. Details coming shortly.
Mental health and the COVID-19. It is no longer news that the coronavirus disease is now a pandemic. New cases are on the rise and the death rates have increased. People may develop issues of poor sleep, poor eating habits, undue irritability, and uncertainty. Some may also start to cope with the use of alcohol, substances of abuse, and self-harm. While all of these reactions can occur in response to a stressful event, it is important to share tips to help people remain in optimal mental health. 1. Let's normalize the conversation. If you feel anxious or afraid about the virus, remember, you are not alone. 2. Don't self-diagnose. Just because you have symptoms that are alike to COVID-19 doesn't mean you have it. 3. Plug out and limit sources of information to credible ones. 4. Develop a healthy daily routine, especially as quarantine is ongoing. 5. Focus on the things you have control over. 6. Practice social distancing, not social isolation. Utilize online channels to keep in touch with friends, family, and loved ones. 7. Avoid maladaptive coping techniques such as drinking and smoking excessively or self-harm. 8. Educate children, the elderly, and loved ones on social distancing, quarantine, and how to keep safe. 9. Take care of yourself by eating healthy and sleeping well. 10. Create time for self-development via reading and online webinars. 11. If you or anyone you know has a physical or mental health problem, please use your medications and encourage them to do same. 12. Reach out, seek help, and get help should the need arise for your health. Remember that there is no health without mental health.
Welcome back. You're watching 84 TV Radio News Update. The National Association of Resident Doctors in Nigeria, NARD, today commenced a nationwide strike after the expiration of a 14-day ultimatum. NARD President Dr. Aliu Sokomba announced this while addressing a press conference today in Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory. This followed the virtual extraordinary National Executive Council meeting of the association held on Sunday. It stated that the union had decided to exempt its members working in various coronavirus isolation and treatment centers across the country. Recall that NARD on the 30th of May gave a 14-day ultimatum to the federal government to immediately implement all the agreements it entered with the association, or it would embark on an indefinite strike action. Meanwhile, staff of a nursing home in Park Springs, Georgia, United States of America, have finally returned home after 11 weeks of lockdown. It was an emotional experience for the staff who gathered at lunch to share their experiences before dispersing. The company gave each nurse a plaque inscribed with their names and a record of their sacrifice. Nursing homes are among the hardest hit places by the pandemic in America due to the sensitive services they render. The Chief Operating Officer of Park Springs, Donna Moore, said the fierce strategies put in place for an effective ease of restrictions are not enough to keep 500 residents safe, and the staff lockdown is not a measure that can be sustained forever. Netflix at the weekend announced a new partnership with Nigeria's media mogul, Mosumola Bodu, to bring two of Nigeria's literary classics to the screens around the world. The two literary classics are a series of adaptation of Lola Shone's The Secret Lives of Babasegi's Wives and a film adaptation of Professor Wole Soyinka's Death and the King's Horseman. Professor Wole Soyinka expressed delights at the new partnership, adding that for a creative industry that is male-dominated, he's excited to see robust challenges of a testable quality offered by the female gender. 84 TV Radio will bring you updates as the story unfolds. And that's it on 84 TV Radio News Update, coming to you live from Abuja, Nigeria's capital. You can join the conversation on our website at www.84tvradio.com. Please follow us on our social media platforms at 84 TV Radio on Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn and Instagram. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at 84 TV Radio. Many thanks for watching. I am Adirayo Senami.